UFC in a long time, but that McGregor guy, he sure did pull off some of those rounds with Floyd. I'm going to watch his next fight. And if the UFC was fucking smart, they would put the best strikers they had under McGregor that night, and I guarantee you'd get some boxing fans coming back over the fence.
What you do is the rock box format. Put a cage and put a boxing ring.
You just put your best strikers.
Arlington. You go to Arlington. Put both the octagon right next to a boxing ring.
The UFC is not a boxing promotion, though. That's not what they're going to do.
No, I get that.
You put knockouts.
You don't have to call it a competition of any. It can be
knockouts.
An attraction.
That's all we want to see. Fucking knockouts. You put some guys in there with hands, man, and I bet you your pay-per-view buys go up for all of them fighters.
Put both in there. You have a little boxing on the undercard. You have a little MMA on the undercard, but everybody's there to see one fight and one fight only.
I don't get it.
You put it in Arlington. You sell 100,000 seats at $100 a pop.
You know what, Lee? They might not want to do it because it'll give McGregor power that the MMA don't like their fighters.
No, they need it right now. They've lost all of their star potential. He's their only name left.
I know. And if he pulled 6 million buys, guess what he's going to tell the UFC in his next fight, right? I'm out. I'm out if you don't give me a raise.
But again, he's got the money to do it. And that's,
retire,
that's on the UFC.
He could walk away and they could never sue him for a dime.
He could walk away right now because it would be under boxing and it wouldn't be under MMA. I mean, that's the reality.
They like having a chokehold people on their fighters talking about the UFC.
Got a no compete,
and that's why they don't want McGregor fighting Floyd. It gives the fighter way too much power.
I'd be interested to see that UFC contract, but I'm going to bet that they're too one-dimensional to see that he could fight in boxing or something else, because one of the Diaz brothers just got his boxing license, and so this is a thing. This is definitely
they pay more, Lee. These UFC fighters have been bitching about their payouts for a long time. In boxing, we know they make one. Shit, Nate Diaz is probably looking at what the PBC does. He without knowing what's funding that promotion. He's on the outside looking in going, damn, these guys are making $900,000, $1.3 million on CBS.
Yep. And these guys are getting suspensions for smoking pot. You know what? I could see why they have a little bit of angst about that. It is what it is. Anything else you'd like to cover today?
Golovkin Jacobs 24/7 will start on March 4th. Lee, very interested in this fight. Because Jacobs is the most
I saw Triple G go to camp today. It was posted this weekend. Triple G just went up to Big Bear this week. And they make it look like the frozen tundra. By the way, for everybody to understand.
It's all sunny.
Right? Yeah, like he's Rocky going, like Rocky
I hear you.
Going off to the middle of nowhere. Okay, so they're showing all the bad aspects of going up there. They're showing, hey, don't drive on the lake, it's thin ice, and they're showing these crickety frozen roads and cars covered in snow. Let me help you out. Big Bear is literally 90 minutes from Los Angeles. Literally, okay, tops 2 hours from Los Angeles. Okay, you can go to Man's Chinese Theater and be in Big Bear within a couple of hours. Okay, this isn't he's going to the middle of nowhere to go train at camp. For those of you who watch the video, it's so much tougher up here. No, it's not. It's not. It's Big Bear. They have ski resorts. Okay, this isn't. Calm down. Your biggest problem is there's nothing to see up there at all. I mean, that's
how lucky those people were to have Oscar De La Hoya on. Did he not turn that place inside out? I mean,
it's a great facility. I mean, it is literally a state-of-the-art training facility. You're training at altitude.
Now remember, Lee, it was like every champion, though, had to be at Big Bear. It's like everyone's going to Big Bear now.
I mean, look at it from Gennadi's perspective. He lives in Santa Monica, right? And for those of you who don't understand, Santa Monica, yes, he lives in a beach city. Triple G lives the life, all right? That means he can come home on the weekends. He can see his family. Like, when he has time off, he can go see his family, and it's not a crazy drive. Or they can come visit him. And I was watching the Hurt Game last night on Netflix, which is about MMA. But they were interviewing a couple of top fighters, and they said, how is it with families? Those that have families where you get to visit and see your family, those fighters historically do better than those that are completely cut off from their family. Because when you see your family consistently, you know why you're fighting. You remember why you're fighting and what you're doing to provide for them. Now, the same token is, well, then you might have a little more fear about losing what you have.
I'll tell you this. I'll give them a phone call. I don't really like the whole family being around training camp, though. You can give them FaceTime or something. They come up to
visit. No, come to visit once a week. I'm okay with that. Nope. Fun day in the snow. Go tubing with the kids, Andrew. You're wrong.
I want them mad at me. Shit, mad at me for making them do it. All they got to do is win. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I'm training right now for the Pan Ams, and part of me wants to throw myself into week-long training sessions. I can't believe
you just said that. Did you really bring in your training for the Pan Ams?
Yeah, wait. No, but it's not a gratuitous plug. But part of me was actually doing this debate of I want to train for several weeks straight without being distracted by work or job or even my daughter. I'm a single dad. All right, everybody calm down. This isn't like she's in the backyard. It's time out to go see her and it's time away. And I was really thinking about this the other day. It was real in my mind of, yeah, I'll just train for 5 weeks. What the fuck are you talking about?
You make sacrifices no,
I'm a dumbass white belt. And
professional game.
I'm not getting paid money.
Exactly. You make sacrifices for your family in the professional ranks because it's going to set them for life in the future if you do it right. If you're talented, doesn't mean to all you young fighters, doesn't mean all of you guys are going to become millionaires in this sport just because you don't train around your house. Not saying that at all. There's been many guys who left their house for 6 months preparing for a fight, go in, get knocked out in the first round in the first 3 minutes. So no, that's not what it means, but that's why we do it, or that's why they do it. Excuse me, I'm fucking not even a professional fighter. That's why they do it, Lee. We're talking millions of dollars in play here. Guys that would never see this type of money if they weren't training. I want him to be away from his family for the time that we're training to the fight.
Yeah.
I got another one. Look at, I like the Jacobs Triple G matchup. Lee, with Triple G showing so much vulnerability in his last couple of fights, just being hit, getting peppered up. You know what I'm saying? Not looking like the 28, 29-year-old Triple G we remember. This guy is 34 now. Daniel Jacobs comes in on a 12-fight KO streak, one of those being against the undefeated dark horse of the middleweight division, Peter Killen, that he annihilated, I believe, in 1 round because he went out there and went for broke. When you have power and you go out there like Tommy Hearns Hagler, anything can happen. And that's what I'm expecting Daniel Jacobs to do on March, or when does he fight? That March 4th is the debut. If you could get the date, tell me. But when they fight, that's what I'm expecting Jacobs to go into this fight with. He's going to go in there with fire. I don't know how Triple G is going to respond. I've seen him hit. I've never seen him hit by a middleweight with 29 knockouts and 31 victories. So it's a huge fight. Look, to me, Daniel Jacobs, the most decorated fighter Triple G has faced so far. You know, we can give Triple G the benefit of the doubt that he had fought guys that took controversial losses to champions. We get that. Daniel Jacobs actually knocked out the champ. He knocked out the undefeated champ that everyone had a dark horse, including myself, as maybe being the guy to upset Triple G just on his boxing ability. Peter Killen was a good boxer puncher. On that night, he had no chin. Daniel Jacobs got him out of there. So I love this fight. I will be paying the pay-per-view for Jacobs Triple G. March 4th, HBO will be doing the 24/7. Another one, Lee. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay. I'm looking at inappropriate pictures of celebrities.
Okay, let me keep going. Shakur Stevenson, 2016 silver medalist, has signed with Top Rank this week. This is big news in the boxing world because many thought he was already inked to Mayweather. But when Stevenson was asked about Floyd, he basically said Floyd was all talk. He went to the Olympics to take pictures with them and then never called him again. So I don't know how that's going to be. Stevenson and Floyd's relationship will be in the future, but shots were fired this week by Stevenson saying Mayweather is all talk. Andrade Fonfara, Lee, me and you were going over this last week. PBC does nothing but recycle their fighters in their same stable, and we're getting another loser fight from PBC. Andrade Fonfara, who was knocked out last year by Joe Smith Jr., what did he get? What did he get this year? Upset of the year? I think he got upset of the year for the win over Bernard. Andrade Fonfara is fighting Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson has 3 losses in his last 6 fights. Fonfara is coming off of a knockout loss, so who knows what this fight will turn into, but guarantee you they probably get a rematch with Stevenson, the winner. You didn't find that one funny?
I do, but it's pretty crap.
It is pretty crap. We just talked about it, and then they announced one of these loser fights the next week. And
there's nothing you could say about the PBC that we haven't said 100 times, and I'm not trying to be like a jerk about it. I'm so
over these guys. PBC. Yes.
I am over the PBC.
I'm over their stable fighters fighting each other. Like, let's reach out a little, man. Fuck, Fonfara should be fighting somebody else, not Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson's been irrelevant since his knockout loss to Andre Ward 3 years ago. I mean, I didn't even know. I thought Chad Dawson was retired, and here he is fighting Andrade Fonfara on the undercard of one of their major fights. I believe this is on the undercard of Thurman Garcia, but don't hold me to that. But this does nothing to make a fan go, oh, shoot, I really got to watch Thurman Garcia now. Fonfara versus Chad Dawson is the co-main event. Come on.
I agree.
The last one, we're going back to Canelo.
You're missing one.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Next week, friend of the show.
Oh, Roy Jones.
Roy Jones is back in the ring for the WBF.
Lee, is he really going up against the guy who's 72-0-72?
Bobby Gunn.
Oh, man.
Bobby Gunn. This is a real thing. He's really fighting Bobby Gunn next week in New York. I think it's the WBF title, which I guess if you power rank the titles, it's at least one of the top 10 titles you can get.
So, is this gonna be our Kimbo Slice of the boxing world if he beats Roy Jones? Like, this guy's a street fighter, correct?
Yeah, he is, and it's the skill versus will. Okay, so here's the actual press release. On February 17th, skill versus will card. Roy Jones takes out Bobby Gunn for the WBF Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Chase Center, Wilmington, Delaware. Why there? Is Gunn from there? I don't even understand.
He must be. This is all probably
not
mafia
Florida,
driven.
Where Jones is. It's not in Vegas.
Driven.
He's got a promotion. The broadcast. I feel like I need to do it as Morrow. Tickets are $30. Oh no, that's pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is $30. Tickets are $75 to $300 for this fight. Wow.
Yeah, I know. They're
really
like
expecting this to drop.
Yeah. I don't know who Bobby Gunn is out there though. He might be.
Oh, it's the casino. It's at a casino, and
he might be big.
Yeah, okay.
You know how those local kids can do though. They put in. I went to San Jose many times to watch the young talent around here. It was just one of them, Ricardo Cortez. He was a super middleweight. He had a good record, of course padded, but it was good and he was exciting. They used to come to watch him in the thousands in San Jose. He ended up getting a shot and getting annihilated really fast and never going back. But he, as a local fighter, yeah, he put butts in the seats. And so I don't know who this Gwynn guy is. Is he a professional fighter? Bobby Gunn.
Not Gwynn. Gunn. Bobby Gunn. He's 21-6 as a pro.
Okay, there you go. That's his pro record. All right.
Yeah.
So Roy Jones has a shot here. It's not
there's not much, and to talk about this card, there's not much on the fight card.
Hey, Lee, I definitely like hearing 72-0 over 21-6. You said so.
Yeah, right. So that sounds way better.
Way better, yeah. They should put Ruben Guerrero on the undercard.
However, the most exciting thing is that on the 16th, the day before the fight, they're doing a meet and greet with Larry Holmes, Tim Witherspoon, and more. So, hey, it's a great weekend of boxing in Delaware, where the temperature will be 4 degrees. I'm just completely fascinated with this. All right, let's see what tickets look like. I gotta be nice. I'm trying to be nice. Hey, look, the Roy Jones promotion is very nice to us.
They're there.